Okay, this is Audio Chandelier, which is a set of pieces I've been making since around 2010. I wrote some software that lets me put the same sound in a whole bunch of speakers in tiny little droplets. It's using something called granular synthesis. And I put the same sound, little pieces in different speakers, and then I make small adjustments. And the idea would be that it sounds like birds or being surrounded by crickets, but it's an electronic piece because sometimes I'll make subtle changes that will move into the realm of electronic music. It runs by itself, meaning that every few minutes a choice is made randomly which sound should play, how fast it should play, whether it's dense or not dense. And so that became the piece for me. I've done a lot of performances, and I also have done it as an installation. I did make a fixed media piece for tonight. Sometimes it's a performance, sometimes it's a composition, sometimes it's an improvisation.
Good evening. I would like to introduce you to Dafna Naphtali, whom you just heard downstairs. Yes, she will arrive at the miraculous time of now. Right, miraculous. Dafna is a sound artist, vocalist, electronic musician, and guitarist, a performer and composer of experimental, contemporary, classical, and improvised music since the mid-90s. She creates custom Macs MSP programming for projects including live sound processing of voice and other instruments and music for robots. We humans. Okay. Dafna is a 2023 Guggenheim Fellow in Music Composition. Let's give her one more round of applause, please. Yes. Kalinika, the true Greek style. Arriving right on time for the new empire. All right. Dafna was also part of the 5th cohort of M3. So for those of you who are new to us, M3 stands for Mutual Mentorship for Musicians and was co-founded by Jen Xu and Sarah Serpa. Founded in March of 2020, M3 is now 5 years old. I first learned of M3 in 2020 at the height of isolation booths and isolation in spirit, touch, and taste with the coronavirus. I participated in the 2nd cohort. My name is Miriam elhaji, and yeah, I'm a musician and musicologist. And yeah, happy to be here to support these incredible women who helped me understand institutions, tuitions, and the interstitial space of corruption, and how to get what I need with what I have, which is much more than what I need. All right, so I'm honored to introduce the first trio of the M3 artists, which we'll be witnessing tonight, that were from the 1st and 3rd cohorts. I'll start with the first musician. Ria Modak is a guitarist, composer, and historian from New York, and an M3 Cohort 2 musician. She is a PhD student at Brown University where she studies music and nationalism in India, and is a recent graduate of the dual degree program between Harvard College and the New England Conservatory. Lesley Mok is a New York City-based percussionist and interdisciplinary artist who works in sound, installation, film, and theater. She was a part of the first cohort. And third, Maia Keren is a songwriter and improviser from Philadelphia, living in Brooklyn, and also was part of the first cohort. They play piano, guitar, and sing. Currently, Maia is rehearsing with Henry Threadgill's new project, Listenship, and finishing up their second solo record, Slow Burn. Let's give them a warm welcome.
For someone to tell me just what I thought. Something like it was something going on. Something. Was once walking, but I thought it was.
now to introduce a close friend and collaborator of our Luminary Awardee, Nicole Mitchell.
Okay, now I think we're okay now. Wow, you all are so beautiful. And I'm here for a lot of reasons. New York is awesome, first of all. Second of all, M³ is even more awesome. And third of all, Sarah and Jen have done something really amazing, and I feel it really changing the life force of music, not just in New York, but, you know, the waves are pushing out throughout the universe, and really grateful for the work they're doing. And I'm also here because my sister friend Maia is being honored tonight, and I know you're going to learn a little bit more about her, but I probably wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for her. So I want to give a big thanks if you all can give some love. And Mike, can you stand up so everybody can see you? And her beautiful family here, some of her sons and daughters. So I was just a kid trying to figure it out, and got a lot of guidance and love and creative inspiration from someone, a big sister that was already on the scene doing things. So thank you, Maia.
Nikki. Always my Nikki.
So we'll see how this goes. I never know what I'm doing actually. I just go for it.
Okay.
It may not be dinner music, but I guess you understand. Hello. Yeah. Okay.
Don't be afraid. We're in transition.
would like you to join me in celebration of the galaxial world premiere of the duo works created by our Fall Equinox 2004 Cohort 7. This is the moment where you will be able to witness the hard work of the musicians of M3, commissioned and supported this year from September to now. Enjoy your meal. Buen provecho.
Get away, get away. Get away, get away. Leave it, leave it. Leave it, leave it, leave it. Get away, get away. Leave me, leave me. Get away, get away. Get away, get away, get away, get away. Leave me, leave me, leave me. Get away, get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. Get away, get away. Get away, get away, get away, get away. Leave me, get away, get away, get away.
In all shapes and forms, in us and around us, in every living creature, in rocks, in the sun, the holder of wisdom, the holder of mystery, the holder of life, the holder of death, above, below, transparent, unknown, the one who heals, the one who cleanses, the one that brings chaos, the one that destroys, the one that connects, the one who has been and always will be, water.
starting, joining, separating, connecting, anew, deflating, uniting, joining, separating, connecting, anew, intuiting, a view, deflate, a shade, it's
we both ended up with this idea of remembering water. Then it happened to be that she read my mind, that I was expecting a baby, and this work for me definitely has been the development of my feeling and sensation while discovering this ginormous thing that was happening. It felt like quite poignant to what was happening.
I've been thinking about the importance of water in my life and just like remembering that it was there and that it was a thing that lived inside me and around me and everywhere, like in the sky and also in the ocean, was like really deep for me because that made me realize that we're actually all one, and thinking as water as that oneness and God, if you can say that, it made me feel that I was part of that I was part of God rather than God being outside of myself. When she shared her beautiful news, it just all came together, because water is also how we create, right? And babies also are created in water. That was kind of like the origins of the concepts behind our sounds.
She's a woman. She nurtures, she cares. Woman. She is a woman. She
So we wanted the song to have both our cultures and also show the similarities that we had, even though we are far away from each other. Yeah, I think that was the root of our commission. So our backgrounds, our childhood, the environment that we lived in, things like that.
You're kind of dealing with these two experiences of Blackness, but in two different continents. We wanted to remain ourselves in the piece. I think that was the easiest part. Two individuals of Alexandria and Daisy could come together, and it didn't feel like we had to sacrifice one of our voices in order for the sake of the song, but I felt like we were both able to be heard.
I never asked her permission to tell her story, no acquisition. But here, I give you roses that you can smell. That gathered some premonitions, that mustered up some contradictions that break from the aphorism, it takes a village to raise a child. But what about the woman who raised a village of motherless children? Drug addicts and kleptomaniacs, countless hours without help from the system. Never chased me in the field like she was whole by having suspenders, belts, and pants that hung on poles over the headboard above her bed. Instead, she gave from her heart and home. Mystical wisdom and treasures held dear to her heart, a part of history. A motherless child was she. Her big sister, Speedy, grabbed the torch and moved on through. That's what a real big sister should do. She married and loved a man, bore a child, and another, and another, and another. Two more, what the heck, we'll build a room in the attic in the hall. If you asked her the answers, she told you to seek the truth in your heart, and from that basis, she would not part. It's your life to lead. Your wounds won't bleed if you patch them with truth. If you catch a cold, 3 parts apple cider vinegar, 1 part honey, a shot of scotch, schnapps, or vermouth. Living and laughter will get you plenty, you'll be happy, and that's a good life. Didn't get her permission to tell her story, no acquisition. This can be used as a solution to the countless fatherless children to whom the system is rooting to fall away, become a modern-day slave and feel the prisons. Raise your children. Raise your children. Beans are cheap. Love them. Don't sleep. They will make you immortal.
I loved the idea of having a piece about mothers and your mother specifically. So that was sort of the heart of the piece.
The earliest mentorship we have is with our mothers or with our caregivers if you weren't raised by your mother or that parent, those figures in the beginning, and just saying, hey, we're celebrating it, we're laughing at it, we're coloring it, and we're giving it to you to just share this piece or this fragment of celebration of that energy.
been great to work with Manu because we come from not only different parts of the world, but different music traditions. And so as we were thinking about what we want to create together and what we want to share, we were thinking about similarities and differences. And so having roots in the African diaspora made us think of rhythm and made us, obviously, as Manu is a percussionist, rhythm was at the core of the song. It's the heart of our recognition and the idea.
E nossa parceria nasceu da observação do tempo, né? Do ritmo acelerado das nossas vidas e do movimento que nos molda. Eu no pandeiro, a Chanelle trazendo na guitarra, no violão, e a gente percebeu também que as nossas linguagens musicais se complementam e criam um diálogo rico entre groove e a ancestralidade que nos une.
Lacerada y vieja, en carne fresca y joven. Las voces, el amarillo y el púrpura, llamando mi nombre. Y yo, inmóvil y seca. Y la montaña me abraza como el oso que no suelta su carnada, como la madre que no suelta al hijo de su corazón. Como el universo que se ríe a carcajadas de la inmadurez humana. Hoy la montaña me abraza y no me suelta. Me agarra con la pezuña del cóndor, la canción del viento y el arrullo de la quebrada. Las piedras hablan también y me cuentan historias de mujeres valientes, de animales sabios, de luna nueva. Me susurran melodías de cantos ancestrales y guerreros llenos de amor y sabiduría. Canta y sueña, vuela con el viento y celebra el susurro del pájaro escondido, del nido ungido, del río negro y cristalino.
Our dual commission actually came from our very first jam over Zoom. There are some elements of that jam that we're so good that we haven't been able to recreate them in a planned recording, like magic moments. Carolina brought a voice out of me that I don't think I have ever used. There's a very gritty, real blues that came, and I was like, who is that? Even Coco was like, that's Bertha. Where's Bertha? I say, I didn't know she was there.
I remember we did this Zoom call. He told me, oh, let's do it over Zoom. I'm like, I don't think that's gonna be good, but let's try it. It was like this asynchronic synchronicity.
Yeah.
That was happening over Zoom that I've never had with any other musician. And thankfully we were recording it and we kept it. It was just kind of like the spirit was guiding everything.
seed, a sprout, a leaf, a flower unfurl, blooming, blossom, growth, decay, dry, die, a seed, decay, growth, decay, a seed, a sprout, die, a leaf, unfurl, decay, die, growth, a sprout. Doesn't stand still, it circles, hovers around me. It doesn't stand still, it circles, hovers around me. It doesn't stand still, it circles, hovers around me. It doesn't stand still, it circles, hovers around me, hovers around me, hovers around me, hovers around me.
So Johan and I talked in the beginning a lot about some personal grief and loss that we experience in different ways in recent years, and how the process was very unlinear. Like there's a lot of waves. Feel better, then you're feeling down again. You think you're over it, and then you realize you're not. So there's always something that is circling around you, and it's sometimes you're in it, sometimes you're out of it. So I think that was something that we both sort of related to, and it became the theme of the piece, both musically and visually. I kind of have this idea of like focusing on like cycle of things, a lot of things like our emotions and things happening in life. Also, it also related to the nature and other things in how the universe works, just in cycle. It comes and goes, and it kind of appear and it decay.
Just want to acknowledge these collaborations. They come into this world crying, and through the labor of a womb, between two legs, through the labor of a woman and that womb, and all the blood involved in love and carrying and sewing, and just to recognize that what M³ has done personally for me was to see the spider web and all the spider woman, the intergenerationality, the patterns of repetition, weaving the web of time, and the net. It's not networking, it's a multi-dimensional net of time and space where we recognize each other, and the work we're doing of maintaining humanness in the speed of machines, trying to live at the speed of life. And there's something very remarkable about the ways in which these musicians found the common thread that will sustain them through living and creation. This is much bigger than any of us. All right, for the moment we've all been waiting for. It is my great pleasure to introduce the 2025 M³ Luminary Awardee to Maia. Let's give another round of applause to Maia. Thank you. So, I'm going to make a quick introduction. So, as Maia walks up on stage, we're going to give a introduction. Yeah. We're going to also showcase a film before I welcome you up on stage, my dear.
So should have kept my seat.
Yes.
She told me to come up.
They're just so eagerly waiting. An internationally renowned vocalist, multi-instrumentalist, composer, and visionary, Maia is known for her work with the AACM in Chicago. Yes. Woo-woo! And the Pan-African People's Orchestra in Los Angeles. She's performed around the world, including headlining the Gorée Island Jazz Festival in Senegal. A SAG-AFTRA actor with notable film and television credits, Maia is also a sought-after educator who specializes in vocal training and in working with individuals with developmental disabilities. She's passionate about healing, and she facilitates sessions for survivors of childhood sexual assault and provides childbirth education support. Let's give another round of applause for Maia.
My name is Maia. I've been known as Maia since 1976. It was a name that was given to me by my music mentor, Keren. I'm a Southern girl. I was born in the deep South, Atlanta, Georgia, in the US of A, 1953. And if you live here or know any of the history of this country, that was some rugged times. My family did not want me to go through, or my siblings, to go through any of the violence of how we were treated as Black people in the Deep South. When I first interacted with music was from the womb. My father was a singer, even though he was a quintessential mathematician. He sang all the time, and my mother was a classical pianist, but she was a businesswoman, and she could type at least 100 words a minute. And my grandmother would wake us up in the morning, and she would be humming those old-time religious songs, you know. In school, everybody had to sing. My first instrument that I recall was that colorful xylophone. When I was 5 years old, I would play it all the time. And then my father's older brother had a piano in his parlor, and I would always play on that. So I've always had a musical mind. After my 8th grade year, I was given the choice of French horn or flute. I auditioned for the marching band and I got in. My father loved jazz, and I can remember every time we had to go somewhere in the car, he'd have it on the station where jazz was playing. I went to school in Philadelphia and got introduced to a whole world of music. I had no idea. My first years of my career, I aligned myself with the AACM, which is the Association for the Advancement of Creative Musicians, that was founded in Chicago through my affiliation with one of their founders, Philip Keren, and it has brought me to who I am today. Music is the healing force of the universe. I believe that with everything in me. I know as an African who was brought here through my ancestors being enslaved, I truly believe what gave strength and power to their endurance was the fact that they sang all the time. You can play all kinds of music, but the first instrument is the voice. And that power of the voice, which is that part of our body as human beings that connects us to the entire universe, to sing gives us that connection, just as the birds singing. So the importance of music, which is organized sound, is just a part of life. I'm inspired to write music when I'm asked to write music, or if something happens that it must be said in a way that transmits the message. When I was writing music during the 90s, it was important to me that the woman's voice, the feminine voice, be more prominent in the world of jazz. And so I wrote for the group Samana, which is the first all-woman ensemble of the AACM. I define myself as Maia. Maia is enough. The name Maia means great mother, and it also means beautiful. So the beauty is, for a great mother, comes from the soul.
Habari Gani.
And that can come out to be all kinds of things. And I am all kinds of things. That's who I am. M³ opened a door and a path. M³ is a water hole. It is that place right in the middle of a journey where you just need to stop for a moment and really look at what's around you, what you've accomplished, and what are the possibilities before you. That's what M³ has done for me. And even past that, during a time of need with the fires out here, those sisters got together and helped me in a way that I just didn't even know. Sometimes you just really don't know who's in your corner until something happens to give you that. So not only were they a pathway to opening me up artistically, they opened up another channel in my heart that I didn't realize. You know, when you're in the company of women, women just love you in a different kind of way. That's what M³ means to me. I am excited and humble. I had no idea that I was respected on that level. And to be celebrated in New York City, I'm excited to be celebrated. And why not?
They smile.
Listen to the trees. Listen to the water. Listen to a baby's cry. Let everything that you can hear inform what you have to say. Respect is earned. And the more you earn respect, the more you have given. And the more you give, the more you will have to give. Respect.
It's time to boogie, South Africa.
Ancestors call. And when the ancestors call, come on, Maia, I can do this. When the ancestors call, I listen and trust that what I'm being told is being provided for my benefit. It is my experience that I walk with a mighty army of light bearers embodied with love. And love is everything. When the fiddle gets to swinging out an old Virginia reel, and you miss to feel it tickling in your toes and in your heels, if you think you got a religion and you wants to keep it too, you just better take a hint and get yourself clean out of view. Cause the time is mighty shifting in the tune, when the tune is in the swing, for a darkest saint or sinner man to cut the pigeon wing. And you couldn't help from dancing if your feet was bound with twine. When Angelina Johnson comes a swinging down the line, hey! That's a small snapshot of history scooped out of an excerpt of Paul Laurence Dunbar's poem, Angelina, in case you didn't know. Angelina is going to come with it no matter what criticisms, the circumstance. She's gonna dance because that's her identity. And dance is layered, if you know what I'm saying. And it reminds me of the 1983 Chicago Jazz Festival when I was asked numerous times if I was going to dance because it was really raining cats and dogs before Phil Keren and Circle of Sound hit the stage. We were going on. I was the featured dancer with this 12-piece ensemble, and we were playing a 7/4 pattern composition. This was 1984, entitled Solomon, written by Keren. The stage and the crew, everyone kept asking me, are you gonna dance? You really gonna dance? Because they were mopping up and moving wires and everything. But Spirit told me, even though they said it was dangerous, you're gonna dance. And I told them, yes, I'm gonna dance. 18,000 people waited in the rain to see us perform with umbrellas open. 18,000 cheering with anticipation. The Phil Keren and the Circle of Sound. All 12 of us were waiting in the wings for the introduction, and the rain completely stopped. I was gifted to dance my acrobatic style on a freshly dried stage, to even stand on my head, lift up into a cobra, if you know what that is, and look at the audience. There are photographs of it. And my testimony is listening and trusting. Angelina, for sure, is my prototype, and I came to share love no matter what. My life has been one where she's different seemed to have been a consensus that has been spoken about me throughout my journey. I was always called different as a little girl. I'm not sure what that meant back then, because I was born in 1953 when all the diagnostic isms and schisms weren't quite in place or even popular to diagnose. Chosen is what I've chosen to be called. I call myself chosen. In those days, people just left me alone. Some giggled, others pointed. They talked about me, but I kept right on being me, and at this point in my life, I'm quite an expert. I cherish being a member of the Association for the Advancement of Creative Musicians, the AACM, for over 30 years. A proud member of the Pan-African People's Orchestra for the last decade, whose matriarch and wife of Horace Tapscott just gained her wings Easter Sunday morning. Say her name with me, Cecilia Tapscott. Cecilia Tapscott. Cecilia Tapscott. Cecilia Tapscott. May she rise in power. And this evening, standing before you, expands the circumference of my aura, as my life is raised to yet another tier as recipient of the Mutual Mentorship of Musicians Luminary Award 2025, representing Cohort 6. And it's so validating. Music gives one more visibility in the world and allows one to walk in lands that may not have automatically been walked upon by these musicians. I stand here with the most humble gratitude, with no chips on my shoulder, because I do believe what is for you is for you. I received this honor from the wonderful organization founded by and nourished by Jen Shuri and Sarah Serpa. And if I mispronounce it, just blame it to my southern accent. Thank you for leading this movement of recognizing and giving visibility internationally to creative works and faces of women who are influencing the modern landscape of creative music. I'm a better person because of my affiliation with this M³ organization. It has allowed me entry into a multi-generational connection and multiple concepts from the hearts of other women who are pretty much just like me. I accept this Luminary Award as a senior in life, because I'll be 72 this year. 70, not 70, 72 this year. I accept this award as a senior in this movement, as a senior in liberation of Black people, as a senior in the movement of the rights of women, as a senior in the movement to champion women, as a senior at the forefront of the music that they call jazz. I'm grateful that I'm able to stand strong, healthy, vibrant, beautiful, excited, and able to still be winning as a person who is considered different. special thanks goes to my sister Shanta Nurila of M³ Cohort 2, who stayed on my behind and pushed me across the finish line to complete the application for M³. Shanta, you have positioned me for this recognition. I love you with everything in me. Thank you, Natalie Griffin. I might be pronouncing your name wrong, but you know me. Who was my creative partner during Cohort 6. Thank you for being the mama youngin' that you are. Such wisdom. Thank you to all of the women of Cohort 6 for being fearless and capable of being vulnerable on our Zooms and inspiring each other. We rise together. Lastly, but not least, thank you to all of the members of the selection committee for honoring me and so many other women in this way. Love is everything. It is our duty to find the love and joy and to be happy right here on this earth when Angelina comes swinging down the line. Hey!
Congratulations, Maia. It's been such a gift to get to know you more deeply over time. Your creativity and intensity continue to inspire, and I can't wait to see where your path leads next. Also, like after this speech, you know, like everything we say is. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Your presence really means the world to us. When Jen and I began M³, we couldn't have imagined it would grow into a nonprofit, or that we'd be here today envisioning what the next 5 years could look like together. Today it's Freedom Day, Revolution Day in Portugal. It's surreal to think that I come from a country that endured 40 years of dictatorship, where women had virtually no rights. And now, 51 years later, I find myself in a country teetering dangerously close to that same darkness. History has shown us, under dictatorship, the arts and music suffer deeply. And with them, the lives and rights of women, non-binary and trans musicians. Hard-won rights that are now being rolled back and erased. I believe that the work we do through music is its own kind of protest, its own kind of resistance. And that's why Jen and I ask for your support constantly. Sorry for all the text messages, for all the emails, every week. This was a very intense month, but it's coming to an end. Music is resistance. And when we gather to listen, to watch, to feel together, we grow stronger. We remember what we're fighting for, and we inspire one another to keep going.
Maia, yeah, we were just so enamored with you, and I mean, I'm trying to play tennis as well as Maia. It's not going to happen probably, but I'm trying. I'm trying. Yeah. You are forever 17 to me, not 71. And you know, on our Zooms with Maia, one thing I remember. Do you remember when we were talking? We were complaining about, oh, social media, I just can't handle it. The phone, and it's so hard. And Maia just said, well, I have found that social media has been very beneficial to my life. and that we should take advantage of the fruits that it brings us and the opportunities. And you all just put the phone down. That's all you have to do, you know? Like, grow up, basically. But I mean, I wish I had. So we don't record our meetings because we want to keep it all confidential. Everything that's said is among us, right? So, but I wish I could have just recorded that snippet, you know, just to capture the wisdom, like, who are we to be complaining, you know? And so I just hope I have the energy and the passion and the love that you have when I hopefully can achieve where you are. And so thank you. Thank you. And I want to thank Sara, who is my friend from 20 years ago when we moved to New York around the same time. And I know both of us were leading these very parallel, lonely lives in bands of, you know, all these guys, and we were trying to, and Miles knows which band I'm talking about, but and you know, I think when Sara first emailed me, I'm like, who is she? Why is she emailing me? You know, I was very like, that's odd, you know. And it took time, and I think really just recently that, you know, actually we have the power to have more women in our lives, in our bands, you know, in our creative processes. I think I was just so stuck. I was somehow trained to just see myself as the only. And you get used to that, and then you kind of pride yourself on that strength, like, oh, I can handle the, you know, all the sexist and the racist jokes, and yeah, I can do that. But you know, I think it's we don't realize how much damage that can do over time, and I think you know, what M³ came out of was this lack, right? That we felt like the things that were missing, like what do we see that's missing in our lives and in our community? Well, it's you know, how about people from all different genres of music creating together? How about people from all different age ranges creating together, you know? And how about a mentorship program that doesn't have this like mentor who knows everything and a mentee who just receives everything, you know? How about it be this mutual giving and sharing and, you know, learning, and so all these, I think everything we've done is out of these gaps and these holes and these empty spaces that we felt like, you know, we actually can fill these spaces. We can say these things, and we can create these works, those incredible works you saw that it just, you know, and we've watched them many hundreds of times to get the subtitles just right, and just every time it's just shocking to me to know that we created this. We, everyone in this room, we have created what you just saw and what you've experienced with the performances. Nicole and Ria, Lesley, and Maia and Dafna, I mean, and Val to come. It's just stunning. And so we have been doing this, and we just thank you so much. And we particularly want to give special thanks to Nancy and Joe Walker and Emily Bookwalter, Sumi Tanoka, Sumi, who is our board chair and who was on our first cohort. There's so many first cohorters out here. I know Lesley Mok, where it all began. And we want to thank Emil Kang, Eleanor Savage, Moi Eng, who's also here, I think. Did she? Oh, okay. But huge supporter. Christopher Pelham, Rachel Cooper, who's also here, and Vijay Iyer, Arlene and Larry Dunn, and all of our M³ Spring Celebration 2025 committee members, who many of you are here, and our individual donors and supporters. Like, we really can't do it without you. And, you know, a lot of foundations are now telling us, like, well, we can't give you good news, but we're not going to give you the worst news. But we can't promise you the next bundle of money. But we're not saying that we won't give it. So, you know, this is This is where we're, and you know, it's no longer trendy to be helping organizations like us. So, and in fact, it's, anyway, I think Sarah said it all. So that's why we are proactive. We're not reactive. What we're creating is resistance. It's an absolutely revolutionary thing, and we always have to remind ourselves that we do this fearlessly, and so we want to thank this space, Andrew, and Greenwich House Music School, and maybe you want to thank all of them.
Yes, I want to thank Diana Quiñones Rivera, who is here, who has been supporting all the Cohort 7 musicians in doing their videos. Thank you so much for being here. She flew from Chicago. Mariana Meraz, who's also been here. She's been, where's Mariana? She's here. She did Maia film. She's been working with us for a long time, since the first cohort. All is available for us. All is amazing. All our volunteers, my amazing new school students who came gladly to help us for this night. So I'm super grateful for them. The future generation. And to our program administrator, Amy Zhang. Amy, she's in the back. I'm almost sure. She's amazing. And Coco Yvonne also, like, without her, this whole thing would not exist. Like, she was so crucial for the success of this evening, so we're so grateful. And all the amazing performers tonight for making this evening a reality. Like, your music was magical, and I hope we can continue listening to it for a long, long time. Thank you so much. Oh.
Yes. We have to share these.
We publish anthologies, like all the musicians that participate in our cohorts write their contributions. We have poems, we have stories, we have essays, we have drawings. And it's really, I don't know, like I wish I had had these books when I was a student of music. I wish I had read so many stories about women in music. So I highly recommend, not just because it's M3, just because it's also amazing. And we have them for sale in our website, our anthologies.
For our closing tribute, I would like to welcome the last guest, Val-Inc. Val-Inc, who is an M3 Cohort 1 musician. Val-Inc, also known as Val-Inc, is a Haitian Afro-futurist drummer, turntablist, and professor at Berklee College of Music. Jeanty is a pioneer of the electronic music subgenre called Afro-electronica or Voodoo Electro, incorporating Haitian folkloric rhythms with digital instrumentations. And I'd now like to welcome for our closing, Val-Inc.
Things change. Things change. There's always change in the air. But the change is different now from any ever felt before. Music is this way. The music is this by sounding sounds of terrible sounds. Then you hear the sounds, soul from somewhere there. Music is silence too. Music is silence too. Music is silence too. Music is silence. Silence too. They cannot stop the silence. They cannot compel the silence to cease. They do not know yet how loud the silence can become. There's always change in the air, but there's a different spirit in the wind. A bold and daring soul from somewhere there, somewhere out in yonder. There's even beyond the time. Time is never no more. Everything is space. It's the space of the dual change. The street is no longer a street, it's the highway of the world. There's change in the air. Do you not hear the heavy silence there? It's the double space of dual change. The spirit wind is in the air. It hovers above the street, no longer there. The street, a highway, wide and fair. The mud decreed the dust. All at once it was seen, the road, the people, the wrong direction there. It's the right road. There's one the wrong direction there. Some of them must turn and go the other way. The arrow points to pointlessness, a two-way street affair. Pointlessness, a two-way street affair. They're going the wrong direction there. They're going the wrong direction there. Some of them are going the wrong direction there. Some of them must turn and go the other way. The arrow points to pointlessness. There's no time. That's why they are down. There's no time. That's why they have to turn and walk out the way. They must go to the place of space. To the place of space. To the place of space. To the place of space.